Well, that was terrific, and I must say the excitement of that first meeting has only just died down, and we're now back in the Nationwide studio to find out what the fans have always wanted to ask, the Osmonds. And we're going to start with a young lady called Vivian Wool. She's only 10, she lives in Ongar in Essex. Vivian, what do you want to ask the Osmonds?
Whose idea was it to go into singing and show business?
There we are. How did it all begin? Who's going to handle that one?
Yeah, he will. Actually, it started, there's a program in the church, our church, called Family Home Evening, and that's how we got started. We all got together and started singing, and it just grew from there. We would travel our father took a vacation once to the Yellowstone Park area, and we were all sitting around, we were singing along. And that's where father started singing harmony part, and I started joining in, and we were all singing, and we said, hey, this is kind of fun. That's where it really first started, and in the family nights, in the church. Every opportunity we had, we'd sing. If there's an opportunity, we'd do it. And that's, it's been about 20 years ago.
That's right. So, Marie, you weren't really in at the beginning, were you?
No, not quite.
You came along later.
That's right.
Neither was I, for that fact.
I'm sorry, I'd forgotten about you. You weren't there either.
No, it was just the four brothers.
Well, we have Diane Loynton now from Dagenham in Essex. Diane very much wants to meet you, which she has today. She's only 13. Diane, what's your question?
I'd like to know what's the most memorable moment in your whole career.
Who's that specially to?
Donnie.
John. Difficult.
Most memorable moment in my career? Very honestly, it would have to be the time we came over here when Puppy Love broke. And it was a success here for me. It was the most memorable time, I think.
We talk about that trip an awful lot.
Really, we all have really fond memories of this place. And we really love it here.
Did your fame come before you, or were you virtually unknown when you first came over here?
We were unknown. We walked around, shopped, had a great time. And then we broke open the records, and it became a little bit more restrictive. And we weren't able to get out and see the beautiful country you have here as much. But we've enjoyed it. It's fun to be back here. And I have to echo along with Donnie's comments that that time was one of the most memorable. I think it always will be, because it was that's where we had a lot of excitement, a lot of success, and met a lot of great people.
Fine. Well, let's get another question now from Ian Wise. Ian is only 9, and Ian, I know, has a very important question for Marie.
All right.
How many wigs have you got, Marie?
How many wigs?
How many wigs
do I have?
Well, I wouldn't ask a lady that. I mean, how many wigs have you got?
Right now.
No. Not quite, Alan. I really don't know. I have. It depends, you know, we wear wigs for the comedy pieces. I have lots of pieces that I put into my own hair to make it look longer or different. I couldn't even, I had a case built in my dressing room that I just keep them all in.
But you're as you are now, are you? That's all your own, is it?
Yes, this is mine.
Fine. Amanda Vincent next. She's from Dagenham in Essex, and she is 12. I think she's got a very good question. Amanda.
Do the Osmonds get on as well at home as they do in the studio?
Oh, there's a straight one.
Actually, Amanda, we hate each other. No. The way we put ourselves across on stage and in the entertainment industry is the way we live at home. We love each other. As a matter of fact, they're my best friends, if they weren't my brothers.
Now, that is absolutely true, is it?
Yeah.
Because, OK, you're performing here today, but there must be some irritations
well,
occasionally. Don't you have a little row here and there?
Yeah, we've got to be normal. I mean,
absolutely.
We have our disagreements with one another, but it never turns out to be a real battle, but we do disagree, of course.
You know, we've worked together for so long, for so many years, that we learned to work it out very quickly. And hey, you know, we're all very normal, but there's no sense in holding a grudge or carrying it further. You know, you talk it out and get it over with, move on.
Fine. Well, we move on to Belinda Padmore, who I know, she's from East London. She's only 9, and she's got a question for Jimmy. Belinda?
How many girlfriends you've got?
How many girlfriends, Jimbo?
Well, let me put it this way. I really like girls. Yeah, I hope this won't go back home, though. About, I really don't know.
You're not very committing yourself very much.
No, I don't want to
Plain and safe.
Jimmy's going to start dating in a few months, and so he has a few lined up, but I know that.
Do you feel a bit inhibited? They keep an eye on you, the fellas, do they?
About the what?
Do they keep an eye on you?
Oh, yeah. They're good brothers, though.
Hi, Jane Hill from Middlesex has a question. Now, Jane is one of your older fans, and she teaches problem adolescents and thought that Marie's advice on keeping fit would be helpful. And I know you've got a question for her.
Well, this was it. You know, I wondered whether you're so slim and so energetic, you know, sort of radiantly healthy. I wondered, is this all natural, or do you sort of have to think about diet and exercise and so on?
Oh, I think it's important to watch your weight and to eat the right foods. I'm very into health foods lately. I try not to eat sugar as much as I can. You know, I try to avoid it. But we're all that way. We all watch what we eat. You know, we try to eat good foods, healthy foods.
What do you weigh? I'm old enough to be able to ask you that. What do you weigh?
I weigh 95 pounds, which is, I'm not sure how many in your... It's under 100 pounds, so yeah, I don't know.
Right, Greg O'Brien from Barking, 6.5. I think he's probably the youngest. Are you ready now, Gregory?
Yes.
Fire away.
What would the Osmonds have done if they had not gone into music?
Well remembered.
Very good. Gregory.
What would you have all done had you not gone into music and show business? That's a very difficult question.
Oh, let's see.
Alan would have been a real estate broker. I would have been a jet pilot.
Cement layer.
I think we all have our own hobbies and likes. Like Wayne said, Wayne would probably be a jet pilot. I would have been a doctor. Alan would have been a lawyer.
I would have? Oh.
So you have thought about it since, have you? In your depressing moments and thought, what am I doing here? Why wasn't I a doctor?
Gregory, let me ask you, what are you going to be when you get older?
I'm a footballer.
A footballer.
Football. Oh, yeah. That's good for you.
That's a British footballer, not American football.
Right. Soccer, right?
He comes from East London, don't you?
Yes.
You got a football team?
Yes, Tottenham.
Tottenham Hotspur. He supports Tottenham, one of our big teams.
Great.
Now, then, here's a question that really appeals to me from Julie Neary, who's from St Helens in Merseyside, and I think this is a splendid question, Julie. Put your question, please.
How many times a day do you brush your teeth?
Now, you are famous for your teeth, and she wants to know how many times a day do you brush your teeth?
They're all fault. No.
That's fault.
My teeth are like stars. They come out at night, so
I don't think any of us know.
Well, Julie, I
brush after every meal.
There you go.
Fine. Well, now then, Helen Waits, a rather personal question from Helen Waits. She comes from Wingate in County Durham, which is in the northeast of the country. And she's 9. Helen, what do you want to ask?
What did Donnie get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas?
2 front teeth.
I guess I would have to say a beautiful wife. I got a great wife for Christmas.
He also got a new car with a phone in it.
That's right.
Donnie's into electronics, and he makes all kinds of things. And so he got him one of these little tiny computers that you can put in your home now, and it'll keep track of all your records and your dates and.
It must be very difficult buying a Christmas present for the Osmonds because you're obviously very wealthy. You can almost afford what you want. I mean, are possessions very important to you?
Well, we don't take that much. We don't draw out of the kitty, so to speak. We take a minimum to live on because we like to be really down to earth, and it's a lot of Osmonds. First of all, it takes a lot of money. There's a lot of us to keep going.
Apart from Marie and the dresses and the stores.
That's right. So, you know, of course, a lot of people too looking at it think there's an awful lot more than there really is there. But we're comfortable, and we like to live on as low level as possible.
Well, we've almost come to the end. In fact, we will give Darren Percy, I think everybody's now had a question to you, and Darren Percy is from Stockwell in South London, and he's 11, and he's nuts about Marie, I gather, and wants to ask her a question. Darren?
When are you getting married?
When are you getting married? I don't know. I haven't met him yet.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. I'm staying out of this.
Probably not for a while. I'm only 19, and I have there's a few things I'd like to do yet. I think I have to meet him first. So.
Does Marie Osmond have difficulty meeting fellas and going out and having dates in the normal way that a teenage girl would have?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm very normal. I date a lot of guys. I date a lot of different guys. I wouldn't really say there's a problem. They have a lot of nice friends.
They don't stand off of it because you are Marie Osmond.
It's sometimes hard to get to Marie, it really is, but she sure gets an awful lot of phone calls at the studio, wherever she goes.
Well, let us know when you're getting married, will you? And we'll have you back and give you a bottle of champagne or something. Well,
not champagne.
We don't
not champagne. No, I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing. I said the wrong thing.
No.
They don't drink, they don't smoke, they're absolutely perfect. Thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you, boys and girls, everybody for asking the questions, and thank you all for coming in. Hope you have a great stay here.
Thank you very much.